I feel like giving up on my SaaS idea, and here's the reason why. So this is like a little bit about myself. I'm Zachariah, and I have been a front-end developer for 6 years now, and coming up to 7 years. So initially, when I first started on this project, it was sort of like a little pet project. So at the time, I was doing the AWS Cloud Practitioner certification, and I wanted to create a quiz application where I could quiz myself. And initially, it was supposed to be one where this was before OpenAI had like API, and sort of like the AI scene, like the LLMs were just coming about. So at this time, like I created like a sort of an application where you could create questions, and then you create multiple choice questions basically, and then you could sort of answer like those multiple choice questions, and do like a test sort of thing. So after a while, I lost interest in the project, so I didn't really work on it for a while. And then fast forward, like after a while, like once OpenAI released the API, I thought, you know what? Let me make these questions AI generated. So let's just have like the user create a prompt, and then boom, from that they're able to create like multiple choice questions. And I fell in love with the project again. So I basically created a sort of like AI wrap application that basically like allows you to create quiz questions. So that's why like I sort of like fell back in love with the project again. Now, one of the problems with this is like I couldn't find there's nobody that I don't have any users for the application, and when I first created the application, I didn't really have like a target user in mind. So I'll tell you a bit about the application, and then I'll give you like a quick demo of how it works. So like the way that the application first of all works, like I'll tell you a bit about how it works first. So the way it works is like you can from one prompt, like you enter like a subject, and then it'll give you a few concepts, like topics and concepts and goals, and then it'll auto generate that for you, and then from that, the next step is it'll generate like quiz questions for you. You can tell it how many multiple choice questions you want it to generate. So if you want 10, 20, 30, it'll generate those. And once it generates those quiz questions, you can basically go in there and then take the quiz, and then it'll based on the answer that you choose, if it's incorrect or it's the correct answer. I thought, okay, let me add another little feature that's a bit nice, where if you get the answer the answer right or wrong, it'll give you an explanation of why you got it right or wrong. And so I added that feature after a while, and then at the end, it also gives you, as well as a quiz summary, it'll also give you feedback on how you did and what your target, your strengths and your weaknesses are. So I thought it was quite a neat project, but the only problem was I didn't really think about the end user in mind, or I didn't have an ideal, I think it's IDP, ideal, or is it? I forgot what it's called. Well, it's ideal customer profile, so the ideal person or the ideal persona that you want to basically have to use the application. I had a big idea where I wanted to basically have it be used by students and teachers. But I don't know, I've just really struggled to basically find any sort of students or teachers that will use it, and I don't really have any in my network, so it's been a bit of a struggle. So I've after a while of not having any users, you kind of just lose interest in the project. And right now I'm thinking of starting a different sort of project, but this time when I do the different project, I'll think about the ideal customer profile before starting. So it's a very specific sort of product, and it'll be for that very specific sort of niche, rather than a product that's a bit too broad, where it's almost kind of hard to really find any users for it. So So yeah, those are like my thoughts at the moment. So this is the product demo. So I'll quickly like show you exactly what it is and how it looks like. So and I'll leave like a link to it in the description so you can go check out yourself. So if you go to quizbeaver.com, so it's quizbeaver as in like the beaver animal.com, and I really struggled like with the name for it, to be honest, and Quizbeaver was like one of the names that sort of felt like playful enough and it was also memorable enough and not too long and wordy, where sort of you can sort of stick in somebody's head. So if I go over that to there, this is like the landing page. Now the landing page is the thing I cared about the least, and I know that like a lot of people say that you should like make the landing page like look really nice, and it's like a way of validating idea, this and that. I thought BS, like because I'm not really like marketing it like that to people online. I thought just keep it simple, and to be honest, this landing page is sort of like AI generated because I really couldn't be bothered, because I thought like, okay, let me just focus on the core features and build it like from that. And by the way, it's not like vibe coded as well, if you're thinking that. So I don't vibe code, and I'll make a video about why I don't really like vibe coding my products, but that'll be a separate video. So this is what the landing page looks like. At the minute I am signed in, but I can log out and show you what it looks like to sign in. So if I just like log out, it'll take me back to the login page, and then I'll just sign in with Google, and you can choose like auth. This is my work auth account, and yeah, it'll check like whether you need to onboard or not, but that's separate. So yeah, so as you can see right now, I've already created a quiz, but like let me just create a new one just to show you what it looks like. So I'm gonna choose a topic. Let me think about one. Let's just pick biology. That's like one I can think of at the top of my head. So biology, spell that right, biology. Actually, I'm spelling this really bad. Biology. Okay, and then hit enter to generate. And right now it's just calling the OpenAI API to just generate like a few like topics. So these are generated subtopics. So cell structure, function, genetic inheritance, evolution. So as you notice, it'll give you like a topic and a goal, and also some concepts as well, and a quick description as well. So all you need to really do is name it. So it's done like a lot of the work for you from that one prompt, which is kind of useful. So I'm just going to say biology test, and then I'm going to go next, and then let's just generate 5 questions because I'm demoing it, so I don't want to bore you. So like you get to choose like what topics you want to include it. For now I'll include all the topics, and you get to choose like the difficulty. You can have it easy, medium, hard. So as soon as I hit enter and generate, as soon as I hit generate, it's going to generate those 5 questions. It's going to give us a quick summary of like the different sort of questions that you've got. And here's the different questions, and you've also got like the topics, the concepts, covered here as well. So it's going to give you like the questions, and you can create the quiz. So you hit enter like create quiz, it'll create that quiz. So this is the quiz right now in my dashboard. So if I go back, as you can see, that's my dashboard, and the last quiz I generated was biology. So you can see I'm very creative, right? So I'm going to go back to the biology test one that I created, and then you can start the quiz, and then it's going to give you like a intro to it. So like one of the ideas was to sort of share this, and that's like where I've created like the groups, but I'm going to get into that in a minute. So you can start the quiz, and you can choose like the answer. So which organelle is primarily responsible for production of ATP in urea? I can't even read that, I don't even know. So I'm just going to guess. As you can see, like I've not done biology in a long time, so and I guessed wrong. So right now it's generating an explanation for why my answer is wrong, which is quite useful. And then I'm just going to press next, and then I think this is osmosis, just off of like reading it really quickly. So let's see if my high school biology is still. And I'm right. Okay, it's going to tell me why I'm right as well. So which is quite neat. And then we can go through the other questions. I'm just going to go through as quickly as possible and guess them. And if my guess is right, it's right, and if it's not right. So next. And then this is the important part. At the end of the quiz, once you press finish, it is going to give you a quiz summary. So you're going to see like exactly how you did on the different quiz questions, along with the explanation that you got and the topic that you got and the feedback. And it's, as you can see, it's generated, and it's generated it now. So it's telling me you've done great in tackling both the set job tackling questions across several different science topics. I noticed your strengths, especially recognizing definition of osmosis and understanding genetic mutation, and so on and so forth. And it'll give you like almost as like a teacher, as like a personalized teacher. It'll give you like a what's it called, like feedback, like some overall feedback, and then it'll give you like what you did well and development areas, so areas that you can improve. And as well, like if you go back to the like sort of like the dashboard and you go back to the quiz, you can see like the previous attempts that you had as well. And so this is like the feature I'm working on right now, like adding groups and things like that. This isn't a feature I've completed, but I'm not really sure like whether I'm going to continue on this or not. But let me know what you think in the comments, you know.